Hello, hi there. Well, listen, welcome to this video training, and it's all about the negative thoughts from a great mind. Now, what I'm talking about, a great mind, I'm talking about, what I'm not talking about is Albert Einstein. What I'm talking about is you, because you have the ability to instantly change your thoughts. Obviously, it's free will, but instantly change it dramatically because you choose to. Because if you don't choose to, it influences you in such a bad way that you get stuck at this moment where you can't progress. How can negative thoughts really influence your productivity? Listen, we know that once that creeps in, it's almost like game over for some people. And we know that those thoughts can make us feel hopeless, it can make you feel lose focus, and it can make you feel that you're so disappointed with yourself, with your life, with others or situation. And you get into a static moment where there's no going forward, because all your mind is going, give up, give up. Even the most successful people had their fair share of frustration. Those frustrations allowed them to create the success stories you hear about today, because they allowed to let go. And I really need you to think about that, to let go of those negative thoughts that had the success in their lives, using what I'm about to reveal in this video. Negativity kicks in for one reason only, as a mental block that you go through, and that mental block causes you to lose control over your ability to progress. Now, we're not talking about just one thing here. We're talking about yourself, talking about having negative thoughts about other people, situations that you're in, sort of uncomfortable situations that you're in. And you become limited, and once you become limited, you start doubting yourself, and the only one thing is you start giving up. You give up on yourself, you give up on others, and you give up on goals. You start living for the reasons that you said you were going to live for. You forget what you're doing. So what needs to be the next step, really, if you need to think about that, because you need to know that these thoughts will always be with you. Again, going back to a little earlier, is that successful people still have this. It's about what they do with it, is how they harness that, is how they leverage it at the time when it comes. Because every negative thought comes in the right time. It comes in the time when you're frustrated because you probably did move forward in your life. You probably did change so many things. You probably did progress, but you hit a barrier, and now suddenly it goes, no, give up, it's too hard. But you don't realize the progress you've made anyway to get there. There's a reason why those negative thoughts kick in the first place. And you need to be prepared for it. So that's the big question, isn't it? So how do you do this? Because just like a building that needs a blueprint to be successful, a business that needs a blueprint before it starts, so do you. Whether that's a cliche for you or not, that is the honest truth. And the only way is to ask yourself constant questions. You need to tap into that great mind of yours, the mind that has, won't say all the answers, but the mind that can actually tap into your subconscious in such a fantastic way that you'll come up with answers you never thought of, because you can't come up with them on the spot. You need to take time out. You need to sit down. You need to ask why. Why do things happen a certain way? Like I say, use that mind of yours, because you can change your thoughts instantly. And if that's too much to ask, if that's too much for you, then turn this freaking video off. Turn it off, because I am going to ask you to think. Okay, because I'm going to ask you 3 questions here. I want you to tap into your mind when you go through these. First of all, I want you to ask yourself, what am I negative about and why? Okay, and I want you to list all the possibilities that triggered you to drop into that static moment of your life. Okay, if it's overworked, I want you to say you're overworked because, and give your reasons. I'm angry because, and give your reasons. I'm fed up because, and give your reasons. Do you understand the whole concept of this? Write down what you're negative about and give yourself the reasons for it. Then I want you to go and ask yourself, how would I feel if it was the opposite? Now, if you wrote something like, I'm negative because I'm negative about being overworked today because of the reasons in question 1, because of doing the wrong kind of work, or I'm overworked because I was at work for 10-15 hours today and I didn't get anything done. Then I want you to write the opposite. And the opposite will be, I have done more work today than I've ever done before, and I am extremely proud of myself. And if it wasn't for my, and you list more reasons, if it wasn't for my if you were at work, for instance, for my boss, for my secretary, if it wasn't for my husband, my wife, my children, I want you to really go into fantastic details here, something that can trigger you, to make you realize, you know what, it isn't that bloody bad. Okay? And the third question is, if I continue to stay on this path of negativity, what will I lose in my life that I could have had? List all possibilities you could have lost, because I tell you, this is an emotional roller coaster. Because the minute you start writing down literally everything you could have had, if you didn't keep on this path of negativity, you would have been so much further. You would have had a healthier relationship, or a healthier life yourself. I want you to really go in, and I want you to write down as much as you can, as long as you can, until you can't write anything down. And then I want you to look at it and get emotional about it, because it's going to become tangible. Can you see the power in this? Can you see those 3 questions? Only asking those 3 questions, going to some serious detail, and really unfolding what's really triggering you to become that negative. Because I want you to understand this: those who let go of these negative thoughts live that success. They personally develop themselves. They increase their self-awareness. They improve their social skills. They knock down what is keeping them from being financially better off, and they improve their family lifestyles because of instant change inside you. You know, we all suffer from this instant gratification, but most of us don't actually try and live it. These are the key to your success. But those who blame themselves and others will never reach that success. Really think about that, okay? I'm going to leave you with that thought, and if you want to go through this video again, please do. Check it out. Check the rest out on my blog. If you are on the blog, go through a few things here and really grasp of the power that you have within yourself. I'll leave you with that thought, okay? And I hope I can see you again.